Hi there, and welcome to the weekly Asylum and Immigration Reform Update, where I share with you 5 recent stories of interest to asylum seekers and those who want to stay current on immigration news. This week, we're discussing
Massachusetts community protests after high school student arrested on graduation weekend. ICE is told to ramp up arrests, including of people without warrants. Courtroom arrests strip migrants of due process as ICE expands sweep tactics. Puerto Rico becomes testing ground for harsh deportation tactics and surveillance. New ICE strategy targets migrants immediately after court hearings.
I'm Brian Manning. I used to be an asylum officer with the government, but now, as an asylum lawyer, I help immigrants all over the country to secure their future in America through asylum. It's my pleasure to bring you asylum and immigration reform updates each week right here on the Political Asylum Lawyers YouTube channel. Okay, let's get to the news. First up,
an 18-year-old high school student was arrested by immigration agents. The arrest occurred while he was driving to volleyball practice in Milford, Massachusetts. The news caused great commotion and alarm among the town's residents. The young man, originally from Brazil, had attended Milford public schools since he was 6 years old. He was detained during a traffic stop that was actually aimed at his father, who resides in the country without documents. Upon discovering that the student also had no papers, immigration agents proceeded to arrest him. This happened despite the fact that he was not initially the target of the investigation. His arrest was part of a month-long operation in Massachusetts, in which nearly 1,500 immigrants were detained. The young man was scheduled to play drums at his girlfriend's graduation ceremony on Sunday. For this reason, hundreds of graduates, teachers, and neighbors marched to City Hall demanding his release. Governor Maura Healey called the arrest concerning and unfair. Furthermore, she warned that actions like this make communities less safe for everyone. The young man remains in immigration custody, awaiting a decision on whether he will be deported.
And next up, for update number 2.
Senior immigration officials in the United States ordered their field agents to intensify arrests and seek more audacious methods, including interviewing and possibly arresting individuals referred to as collateral, according to internal emails from Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Agents were urged to be as creative as possible during operations, and one message suggested that if the tactic involved handcuffs, it was probably worth trying. Collateral arrests occur when ICE is looking for specific individuals with arrest warrants, but ends up detaining others as well, such as family members or colleagues, without additional warrants or evidence of crimes. These emails emerged after pressure from Homeland Secretary Kristi Noem and White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller to increase the number of immigration arrests to at least 3,000 people daily.
All right, time for our third immigration update.
Immigration authorities are conducting operations in courthouses. These actions happen right after immigration hearings and affect those seeking asylum or refugee protection, following established legal procedures. Arrests occur after attorneys from Immigration and Customs Enforcement, known as ICE, ask judges to close cases. Often, they do so verbally instead of submitting a written petition, as they should, and request immediate resolutions, without giving the accused an opportunity to respond properly. In the hallways, plainclothes officers wait attentively. These officers detain immigrants whose cases have been closed, leaving them ready for quick deportation. Many of those detained were complying with all legal requirements and have asylum applications or other forms of relief. Immigration lawyers claim that judges are collaborating with ICE's requests. Some judges even reject requests from the accused to keep their cases open. These detentions have been reported in cities like Miami, San Francisco, Sacramento, San Antonio, and others. Those who oppose these practices argue that these operations violate the constitutional right to a fair trial.
And moving right along, update number 4.
The Immigration and Customs Enforcement Service has launched an operation in Puerto Rico with the aim of expelling about 20,000 undocumented people from the territory and also from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Since January, agents have detained nearly 500 people, of which fewer than 80 had criminal records. The majority, approximately 75%, were Dominicans who have become fundamental to life in Puerto Rico, working as construction laborers, teachers, and other professionals. This operation implements new and more severe tactics, such as unexpected raids in hotels and workplaces, home visits, and street interrogations based on people's appearance or accent. ICE has also requested from the Puerto Rico Department of Motor Vehicles the personal data of 6,000 individuals who obtained driver's licenses thanks to laws that benefit immigrants. The agency receives between 10 and 12 calls daily on its tip line, of which about 5 are related to immigration, and many come from people seeking revenge, such as resentful neighbors, ex-partners, or business rivals. This operation has generated fear and anguish in the Dominican communities.
And finally, our fifth immigration update for this week.
The Trump administration appears to be implementing a different deportation strategy across the country. Now, government lawyers are requesting the closure of immigration cases directly in the courts, and upon leaving, ICE agents arrest people to proceed with their immediate deportation. On May 29th, a video captured how several men were arrested in the parking lot in front of the immigration court in Sterling, Virginia, just after attending their hearings. That same day, similar arrests were reported in Miami. The process begins when government lawyers ask to close the cases of those who have been in the United States for less than 2 years, to then include them in expedited removal proceedings, where they cannot defend themselves before the immigration court. This strategy creates an atmosphere of fear, causing many to avoid appearing in court for fear of being arrested and immediately deported, which could also make it difficult for witnesses and families to adequately prepare for legal processes.
And that wraps up this week's immigration news. If you want to win asylum in the United States, then you should call my office today. We help people all over the country, so it doesn't matter where you are. Call us now to schedule an Asylum Strategy Session so that we can help you secure your future in America through asylum. Again, I'm Brian Manning, and it's an honor to serve you in your immigration journey.